Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Path of Achra. Now, I hear what you're saying. Everyone has definitely been saying is that so you can beat the game in 0 game turns on the 30-second cycle. You got a lot of glory, so what? But here I'm going to show you how to do it in the very first cycle, the intended difficulty of the game. Our speed engine is the same. Lachra, damage dealt berserk. On standstill, prayer, summon. Standstill, or prayer on prayer, standstill. We're going to begin. We're on willpower. Now, these runs are a lot harder than the classic runs. We're getting Gore Cult for our speed engine, Grove Cult because we don't have anywhere near enough HP to survive. We're going to pray. We might have to. This might take a couple tries. Yeah, looks like this run is not it, Chief. We're going to restart. Like we can probably tell just from looking at the enemies whether or not we're gonna have a good run here, but like I know this guy doesn't have a lot of health, and I should have gotten this sooner. We need necrokinesis. Yeah, it looks like that's a wash. So necrokinesis is our third ability. So when we heal, we damage. There we go. We've cleared this first room. So I don't even have necrokinesis. So we damage ourselves when we summon, and then we heal ourselves, and then we deal damage. That's our basic damage engine here because we don't really need a scaling one because the enemies don't really scale. And we just gotta hope that this guy dies before the turn. Nope, then the turn is over. Okay, cool. We've cleared this first room. Got a little bit of time left on our speed there. What we got in this room? Okay, this does not look very good for us. Okay, no, we cleared this room too. Okay. Let's just hit this up to double our damage. Cool, okay. We've cleared this first room. Actually, this could be really good. I'm not even gonna I could pick up that second item, but I'm not gonna bother. Lightning staff is really good. I'm gonna take this. It doesn't hurt our build at all, and it gives us just a little bit of damage. And every little bit of damage is gonna help us here in this build, in this run. Even 30 damage when I do this spell, I think that's actually kind of massive, honestly. This mask is actually pretty massive. We have a decent amount of speed. Honestly, massive. How much speed do I have? Okay, I have enough to grab this and my lightning staff. Perfect. That's all I needed. So we're actually really, really well poised for the win here. And we actually have a lot of damage. So, and these guys don't scale at all. So we're really not scared of any of these towers. These towers we can just kind of annihilate. Yeah. We're actually really smooth sailing right now. Like, I think the win, I wouldn't call it guaranteed, but we're actually incredibly well poised for this win. And I only probably skipped like a couple of attempts here. Like, I probably cut through a couple of attempts, but I've only been recording for about 5 minutes. So it's not like I have been trying for an hour to get the luck or anything. Yeah, this mask is actually crazy for this run. I hadn't gotten this before. Yeah. Let's look at our necrokinesis. Necrokinesis. Yeah, look at that. Almost doubles our damage. It's crazy. That's an S tier item for this build. I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, picking up the items really not that important. It's just like a liability, honestly. Like you're just adding in a potential chance to lose. Now, normally what I would do is I would look at the enemies and see how much health they had and pick the path of least resistance. But I think that this build is actually doing really good because of this mask. So we're really not worried at all. We're going to pick up Grave Champ. So when we kill our summons, we summon another summon, more damage, or more damage to ourselves, which is more healing, which is more damage. More damage is more damage is more damage. So when we pray, we're going to stay still from Agara, and that's going to lower our charge. But it doesn't really matter because that base damage boost right there is like insane. Even cycle 0, that amount of damage is insane. We skipped that last item there because I don't want to risk it. I don't want to lose this really good run to a really silly mistake like that. We're going to check these guys out. I'm going to avoid these O-bar levels on cycle 0 because there's a lot of them. They have a lot of health. I've lost a couple of runs to those guys. We are doing really good here. We don't quite have our prestige class or our last prayer. Once we get our last prayer, things are going to be pretty smooth for us. We're going to go here because we're not afraid of anything right now. We are balls to the wall. And we don't really need any more abilities. We'll probably just grab Necromancy. Get us some more summons. Cool. Our speed is getting pretty good. Our speed increases our lightning staff damage. So things are hunky dory. We have our 3. Cool. We're just going to keep putting into Necromancy, I think. Now, it said we have a prestige class available, but I think that's just the, just the Paragon. When we get, 3 more points, we will have enough to actually get our prestige class bonus points if you figured it out already. Now, the Rage Fetish, pretty good. Now, we did get Crow Visage, and Crow Visage does work in this build, but it's very scary because you'll do a lot of damage to yourself, and you could blow yourself up. So I think I'm going to avoid it. And we could do the Rage Fetish because we do get quite a bit of Berserk, but I'm liking the charge synergy with the Unsummon for right now, so we're going to just roll with what we got. This level, nothing really sticking out to me. It doesn't really matter because we're so strong. This Lightning Mask actually really changes the build up quite a bit. Makes it very powerful. I've only done this run one time. I got this to work right before I started recording. And then I decided to send it. I am gonna go with this lower HP enemies on this top row just because there's no reason to risk it. Even though I'm pretty confident in our damage. Now our health is really low and we will get blown up if anything touches us. Emphasis on if. But he did update the game quite a long time ago so that you generally start kind of sequestered from the enemies. You try, I believe, like it actually killed into the game to kind of sequester you from the enemies. I believe we'll be fine, and we are now getting our Wormborn. Yeah, Wormborn for sure. This gives us speed and summons. It's just all around good. And we get a speed per summon, and we get a lot of hit and block, which is kind of irrelevant for our build, but better than nothing. So we get a lot of summons from our Wormborn, and we actually get a lot of speed from Wormborn. That's giving us 140 speed, which is really good. I'll go here because I might as well get that, I guess. We don't have any chest slot item, so we can go there. As with the first build, Crimson Plating works with this build, but you have to be very careful because it knocks your speed down. None of these items matter to me. None of them do anything for us. So I'll go here just because it probably gives me more glory than the alternative. So, like, yeah, we have so much damage and we have so much speed. Like, our charge is insane. And we can up our necrokinesis levels to actually do quite significant bonus to our damage. But adding summons adds more instances of damage, and our charge is pretty good, so. Okay. Getting a higher level of Grave Chant could be beneficial. Let's check out our summons and see, are we hitting the cap? We hit the cap on our entrance. Yeah. We're staying at cap 2. So we really need to kill our guys faster. We're still at 0 turns. Quite a lot of points. Check out our boys here. Okay, so I'm looking at these enemies here. None of this is important, so we can we'll put that on because why not? Increases our speed by a little bit, but as long as we're wary of it, we should be fine. We probably should have actually used the death. Maybe not. Probably, yeah. We probably should use the death redeal pants instead of the poison redeal. Now, if we really want to up our speed, we can use Berserker Axe. Our speed is really high right now, so we don't have to worry too much about this. I could just tab, but I'm paranoid, so I'll go here because why not? I'm not that afraid of the Arbiters, yeah. Not afraid of the Arbiters at all. And we could go Bone Skirt, gives us more instances of damage to ourselves. You know what? Let's win harder. Let's get ourselves a win harder ability and get bat form. It's gonna knock down our block from our summons, but let's just hope we don't get hit. Huh? These guys have a lot of health and a lot of resistances, so we might be in a little bit of trouble. But they're on every level anyway, so it's kind of a wash. We'll go with the one where the secondary enemy has the least amount of health. So our bat is actually giving us a little bit of speed here, which gives us more damage on our staff. But like I said, it doesn't really matter about the block drop from this because this is dropping our block anyway. Yeah, all of our berserk stacks are dropping our block, so I doubt we had any block to begin with. I see. Even with the resistances, those guys are not an issue in the slightest. Check out our levels here. Nothing is sticking out to me. So at this point, it's just kind of like which one gives me more glory. I'm skipping destroying the bone skirt because there's an off chance that I use it. We might as well equip those because let's try these death redeal to astral. I'm gonna go here just because there's more items. I'm thinking the death to astral is better than the on summon damage because I I think it's just better in my head is better because we can up our necromancy or necrokinesis damage, which makes that redeal deal a bit more. But I think it's kind of irrelevant because we're doing so good. At this point, I'm going to up our necromancy some more. With this particular build, the prestige class is not really that important. Like we could probably do it without the Wormborn. It's just pretty nice to have all that speed. And so there's you could just go prestigeless. You could probably go with you could even get the Windblade one if you really wanted to. It's probably an option. It'd be kind of hard to get, but we could. That just gives you 100 base speed. And you could probably do Necromancer. It wouldn't be that great, but you could. And then there's probably one or two other prestige classes on there you could do. Oh, you could do Paragon and just give your summons a bunch of speed. It wouldn't really be that good either, but I guess with this particular build, you'd be giving them damage too. They could actually be kind of significant. Cool. 471 speed, not quite our Tomasa numbers where you're at thousands of 20,000 speed, but now I know these golden demons are kind of deadly, and I know these guys aren't. So I haven't had the golden demons really haven't threatened me in, like, a bunch of updates, maybe he nerfed them or something. They used to kill my runs all the time. But I'm really not scared of them anymore. They can't really scare me. Nothing really scares our build except for these guys. I'm just not gonna go there because that guy does actually. Oh, well, he's got a negative 100% lightning, and those guys kinda scare me. Okay, so, you know what? We will go here. Let's see what's happening. We got the lightning. Okay, yeah, looks like it's fine. And our speed is so high that we have quite a few turns in order to do this. You would think that in a first cycle, you wouldn't be able to get that much speed because we're only in the first cycle, but as you can see, it's actually not that hard. As you can tell from like the difficulty of this run, it's really actually not that hard. It's just the start for most zero turn runs that the difficult part is. Ooh, I'm not even gonna try it. It could be fun to try it, but not while I'm recording a video. Like if I wasn't recording, I would go here just to see if it would work. Because I haven't gotten a whole lot of experience with these void bosses. We'll go here just because they have less health. Well, we're gonna take the conservative route and just kind of nuke everything. Okay. Coming down to the wire. Nothing really relevant going on here. I am going to skip this level in particular because I know that these guys sometimes give me trouble because they have a 20 range. Yeah, these guys both have a 20 range. So we are going to intentionally skip that level and go to this level. Even though these guys kind of resist our main damages, we have lightning as well. So really not worried in the slightest. Oh, but as I was saying, the run is not that hard. So I think it could be reasonable to add a feat for the zero turn, or even an achievement. Because before the justification was that if it's too hard to do in the intended difficulty of the game, then perhaps you shouldn't do it. But as you can see, like it's really not that difficult to do, even on the intended difficulty of the game. You know what? Let's up our necrokinesis. Why not? Give ourselves a little damage boost. And after this, I'm gonna go check out the necro. Right? Curse 7. Oh, okay, because he's highly resistant. Still decent damage though. I was looking at the amount of damage it would have done if it wasn't resisted so heavily. Most of the aspects that need explaining, I feel like I've covered in the previous installments in the Zero Turn series. So if you are kind of confused by something or something I didn't go over specifically in this video, is because I have two other videos before this one, kind of going into a little bit more depth on the mechanics. This is more of a showcase of those mechanics. Lots going on here. I'm not necessarily worried because I have lots of speed. All right. Yeah, that should be fine. Because our lightning staff, yeah, like that 11k damage there. What's the lightning staff? That's our summon staff. Summon staff. Okay, lightning staff here. Yeah. If we had the lightning radial pants, it would be insane. But beggars can't be choosers. We don't have the lightning radial pants. They might have been somewhere in there. I didn't notice them. It's very possible. We could keep pumping our necromancy, but as you can see, our summons are basically full all the time anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant. And here we are at the king. This is actually a lot faster than even a lot of the other runs, even a Cycle 32 run. And the king, look at that, he's going down. He isn't, he's not, where are we at? Okay, we're in his range, but he's not, as you can see from his bar there, he's not acting yet. So let's look at what he does for us. Just for S's and G's here. Oh, you know what? I'm being attacked. Okay. So we're not attacking him, so that doesn't do anything. Yeah, all of his stuff is on attack. Yep. So if he were to attack us, we might have some kind of problem there, but he didn't attack us because we are too fast for him. And right there, that is the first cycle intended difficulty, 0 turn. And probably just about under 20 minutes too, which is really not that bad at all. Pretty fast speed. And build is pretty self-explanatory. And that's how you do it. And if you have any questions, please let me know down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you want. I'll see you guys later for more Path of Achra. And perhaps some other projects coming soon.